guys, it's Shamar and welcome back to another video. Today we have a special guest. Yay. The long-awaited video.
So obviously we're friends again.
Obviously. How did that happen?
You can tell them what happened after.
You want me to tell them? Okay, y'all, this is when it got bad. This is when I knew I wasn't going to be her friend anymore. I was on FaceTime with my sister. It was like a lot of laughing. I remember that. And I was helping Pico write a paper. So Ashley comes out. She was like, you guys are really loud. Can you go upstairs? And I'm like,
I don't think you said anything.
No, I didn't. I'm like,
yeah.
Who is she talking to? She comes out. She was like, you're such a fucking bitch. One thing about me, you're never gonna get me out of character. Such a fucking bitch. You don't care about nobody but your fucking self. You're so selfish. And then she starts banging on the wall. You ever seen that Bad Girl Club episode?
I forgot about that.
She is like every
you
word
guys,
is a
when
bang.
I'm like mad, it's not cool. I feel like I'm very like, people are like, oh, your energy is so calm and nice. And I feel like it is, but when I'm mad, completely different person.
And she was like, and Pico.
Yeah, I brought him into it too.
You need to be aware of this one.
I don't remember word for word, but it was something like that.
And she was saying something like, you need to watch out for this one.
Yeah, I was
she's
like,
such
watch
a
out.
Bitch.
Yeah, I was like, she only cares about herself, so I'm sorry, Pico. Like, watch out.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't give a fuck.
And I was like, oh, really? Okay. And I did a little chuckle. Okay. Yeah. And she goes off and off and off, and then she slams her door. I said, I did not say one word
yeah,
to
she didn't
her.
say anything. Pico was
like, okay.
Pico looked scared.
He was like, sheesh, all right. Like,
he was on his phone.
He did not.
Like, he was just like this, like just on his phone. Like, he didn't want to like get in the middle.
And then after that, we just did not talk.
Nope. That was the last time.
But guess what? We had a trip planned.
Oh God.
Tell me how this trip got planned.
It was prior.
It was prior.
She
was like talking to someone that me and Pico knew.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
we had all planned a
whole
and then
spring break trip.
also other friends were there too. Like, it wasn't just like
Pico's friends and Jamisi, and like it was like a whole group of us was supposed to go for spring break.
And we decided to go to Orlando. We had like trips like booked to
those
theme
vlogs are
parks.
actually still on my channel.
Yeah.
You guys go back and look. That was the time.
So like I said, during this time when she was like in her more happy state, I was going through a lot that was making me very much depressed. And on top of that, I wasn't telling anybody. Everything was already booked. Airbnb was booked. We had bought tickets to Busch Gardens, and the person that I was going with, that I was on good terms with, was like, just go. Like, we already booked it. At the time, I wasn't talking to Jamesia that much, really. Like, so I went.
She went. And we drove in separate cars. It was fine. Like, we were cordial with each other.
Yeah.
Like, the first night there, like,
did we speak at all?
No.
Yeah, we didn't speak
we
at
act
all.
Like you guys go look in my vlog, you would not know that she was there. Like, some people were like, is that Ashley over there? I'm like, mind your business. And then the next day we were supposed to go to one of the amusement parks, and she decided that she was not gonna go because her and her person just was not on good terms anymore.
It was obvious that me and the person were arguing to everybody in the house.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm crying. Like, everyone knows that I'm crying, and this girl's like laughing. You would think like
I wasn't laughing at her though.
No, like, she wasn't laughing at me, but like, you know how she is. Like you would think that like I was a ghost and everybody could see me but her, and I'm like crying. So the person I was talking to isn't talking to me. You weren't talking to me. Jamesia, I think, checked on me. Yeah. She was like, oh, like, are you good? But like I said, we weren't really that close then, so I didn't really like confide in her.
Yeah, so basically she was in her room and she was like crying or whatever, and Pico was like, go get your friend. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
That's not my business. Like, this girl don't talk to me. I don't talk to her. What I'm going in there for? Yeah. So Jamesia took up enough self, even though they weren't even on good terms.
But I respected that though.
Ashley, are you okay? Ash was like fun. Like she did not interact.
No, I was not rude about it.
You wasn't rude, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like Jamisa, this happened. Like you did
That's
not.
what I said. I didn't confide in her. I was just like, yeah, I'm good. I wasn't like, I'm fine. You know, like, cause that matters.
That's how the information was brought back to me. Like she said she's fine. Like you know, just kind of like girl, mind your business. Like I'm good. And then Pico
came in and he was like, he was so stressed. He was like, so you're not coming? You're really not gonna come? I was like, no. I was literally in the middle of doing my makeup. Like, okay, just pull it together. And I was like, I can't stop crying, so I'm not gonna go. And I think I started crying even more because I was like, wow, like clearly something went down that has me really, really sad. And this girl is having the time of her life in the other room. And I can't say if things were reversed how I would honestly act, because I basically did curse her out like a couple weeks ago.
Like, I understand. It's like, okay, Shamar, you could have checked on your friend, but at that point, that was not my friend anymore. Like, you just called me out my name. You just warned my boyfriend about me. You just packed up all your shit. Like, if you cared about me as a person, you wouldn't have done that. And now I feel like her and her mom was against me. And like I took her mom not reaching out to me hard. Like, I was like, you know, I looked at her as being the glue that would keep us together, because she's that type of person. Like, but I was just like, why am I gonna check on you when you don't care about me? Like, so that made it even worse, and she left. But I do believe that if she had came with us to the amusement park that day, we would have been friends after that. Like, because it was such a good vibe and everyone was,
because I wasn't there.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I secretly hope that I'm like, you know,
okay,
go. No, seriously, like, honest to God, like, I had in my mind, like, okay, if she's
like
on
for the
this
trip in general,
yeah, like before whatever happened with you, like, I was like, okay, the trip, like, we're not talking, but I know us, like, we're gonna be at the park and some shit is gonna be funny, and like we're gonna like laugh. Be casual and talk. Like, it's not gonna be like buddy, like friend, but we're gonna be like, you know, casual, and we're gonna talk to each other. We're gonna be excited about the rides because that's how we are. So I was secretly hoping that she would have gone to the amusement park, and I think we would have at least talked that day. We're both, you know, justified in the way that we felt at that time, and you know, looking back, it's like we could have both did things differently, but you know, we were all up in our feelings, as my dad would say. You just all up in your feelings, and that's what it was. So,
and then the timeline of everything, it wasn't like, okay, I have another year to live with this girl and we can get over it. Like, nope, that was it. We were graduating soon, so I was gonna be moving, she was gonna be moving. Our lives were like this, and then they just were naturally separating. So
so pretty much that is why we stopped being friends. And like we said, we haven't been friends for about, it was going on 4 years. One of the questions was, how did we get back? What made us want to rekindle?
So we rekindled last year.
Yeah,
she was the one that reached out. So what happened was, I was shocked.
I said, hey, ... Very random.
Why are you so dramatic?
Oh my God, very random. But I think maybe it's time we talk. If it's something you're open to, let me know. And she said, hey, sure. When and where did you have in mind? Like, dang, girl.
Oh my God.
She was ready to meet up.
So she DM'd me, and then I responded. I was down. Like, I honestly, when I saw the message,
were you like, oh no? Like, did you have any hesitation? Or
honestly, no, because how it happened was someone passed away in my family, but like we said, our family was like merged. So we were at the funeral together, and I saw her, and then at the funeral, I gave you a flower.
Yeah. And then this happened. So I'm like a strong believer in everything happens for a reason, and we just lost someone. I'm like, you know, life is short. Like, Pico asked me a question. He said, if something was to happen to you, or something was supposed to happen to Ashley, would you be content with, you know, how things ended? And honestly, I wasn't. I was like, damn, that's like a deep question, and it's kind of fucked up. But I wouldn't, because like there was no sit down, there was no resolution. There was nothing to someone that was super, super close to me. And then, you know, death has a way of like kind of bringing things into perspective for you. So I think that's what ignite me even thinking about reconnecting.
I kind of felt like I was kind of sad when everything happened because I thought you would have reached out, and I think this was like a week after, and I figured we would probably talk at the funeral.
So basically we met up and we had brunch and we talked for
hours.
3 hours.
It was 3 hours. Yeah, I was so nervous.
Yeah, I was really, really nervous. And it's funny because it was like in the city that my dad lived, and I made people like drive with me to that city to meet up with her because I was just too anxious to drive, and like I was obviously overthinking, and I also needed someone to kind of like talk me up, like, okay, like you're fine, like, you know, it's not, I didn't know what to expect, so I was creating all these scenarios in my head before we met up.
Yeah,
like I don't know about you, but it was like, what if she's
and for me, I'm very like you're not very talkative, so you can't really read her because she's just like quiet. So when we first got there, we didn't really like say anything. We were like, so what are you gonna order?
Yeah,
like
we kind of just like focused on the menu.
And I think you were like, so you want bottomless? And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna drink.
But Ashley, if you don't know her, she comes off,
I come off like bougie,
high class, right? So she's just like sitting there, she takes off her sunglasses and she's just like, yeah, can I have a water with a lemon?
I think it's just how I talk.
Yeah.
Because like once you know me, I'm super like goofy, nice, silly, like.
Right. But to walk into it like that, it was just like, tensions are high.
But you come off that way too. No, I come off more bougie, but you come off like you give me like popular girl vibes. Like hot girl vibes. Honestly. And I'm more like bougie, like this is what we're doing and this is how I want it, and yeah, let's have it done like that. So we're like the same but opposite. But anyways, we're getting off track. So that's how we like started talking again. There was a loss in our family, and
I reached out.
She reached out, and then we had brunch. So the next question is, are we together going to start vlogging again, and can we get a vlog of the crew? So it's so funny because like Snapchat memories, I saw like pictures of like even our guy friends that we had like a big group of like close friends. We would have dinner together every single day in college. But honestly, a video of everybody, I don't think that would happen.
That's not even possible.
Yeah,
right now.
Everybody is on like different
People
countries.
have moved away.
Like, yeah, I haven't talked to anybody in so long, and obviously there's no bad blood. But once you graduate, like it's sad. Most of the time, people don't.
People are in their own lives, and I feel like the people that we were freshman year is not the people that we are now. So who's to know if that click could still click?
Exactly.
You know? Which is fine as well.
Yeah, because everybody grows, and
yeah,
we wish them the best. Like I look at my memories and I'm like, wow, like we had some really like fun, crazy times.
Okay, this question, and we have a bunch of questions like these. Will you ever make your old channel public again?
So I think I was the one in charge of like shutting our channel down. And I don't even think the videos are still there, you guys.
Honestly,
to be completely honest with you, I don't even remember the like password.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even remember the login. Like I completely disconnected from that. But I'm curious to like go back and watch our videos. Like I would want to see them, and that's why I was like, that's the part of it all that like made me like, ugh. I'm like, those are actual memories, you know, like.
Imagine like a photo album, like an old school photo album, just getting thrown away. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, we can try and see if we can get back in there. As far as like making it public again, I don't know. Maybe we'll have like a watch-a-thon or something.
Or maybe like stick it into like one of like your vlogs, like
maybe. So someone also asked, would we consider doing another joint channel at this time? Personally, I just don't see it working out. Like again, we live in two completely different cities. We don't live together. We have our own lives. I could barely vlog on this channel, and also Ashley has a channel as well. So
if you think about joint channels now on YouTube, it's husband and wife,
Yeah.
or like boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like it's very hard to have a joint channel with someone that you don't
Right, yeah.
live with.
yeah.
I mean, it could be like how we used to do it, where I would vlog and then she vlog and we put it together. But then what's the point?
Right. It's like we could watch our own separate channels.
But I do think, like, obviously it's your channel, so I don't know. But I do think, like, now that we're friends again, like, I will be in, like, some vlogs. So I think for, like, the old subscribers, that will be kind of, like, nice to see.
Right.
Like, that will be seeing us together.
And this trip too, like we're currently in the Bahamas together, so that's gonna be a whole series of vlog that you guys will be able to see, which I think is gonna be pretty cool to watch. Just to see.
I haven't been on camera like as much, like us together. Like if you're used to JA Beauties, like it's not like that.
And then again too, like for this trip, it's just like what is too much. Like as far as you being comfortable, like you just have to learn all these little things again.
Yeah, it's
like
gonna
I
take
feel
time.
like. Someone asked if Pico was in this similar situation with a friend, would I give him kind of like the same advice to rekindle?
That's a really good question.
From the outside looking in, and if we're talking about Pico is very big on friendships. He's had the same friends since he was in like elementary school. So a part of me would tell him to do that. But at the same time, I feel like, and this is kind of like contradicting, but I truly feel like people sometimes outgrow people. So it just depends, right? Like it depends on what type of connection they had, and only Pico would be able to tell me that. But like for me and Ashley, like
it's different with guys too.
Exactly. Pico probably would never go through this with a friend because it was never
just petty.
He would never let it get that big, and he tells us all the time, like I feel like both of you guys was just being petty, and like that's that. But I think I would give him the advice to reach out, because I feel like we've also gotten multiple arguments where one of us always, more times than none, you have reached out. But like,
that was another really big thing in the past for me too. Every argument we had, I was the one to like reach out first.
But that's me. Like I will cut my losses and just keep it moving. Like and it's probably a bad thing, but at the same time it's just like I can detach. But
I know she's not going to detach. She's just mad. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just reach out.
Like it's all about a pride thing. There was another question that asked
this actually ties into a question that I got. This person asked 4 questions. One of them was who has more pride, and it's definitely this one. The thing is with me, I know when to swallow my pride, and I know who to give up on and who not to give up on. If you ask like my other friends, with exes, with friends, whatever, I cut people off like it's nothing. But I can honestly say I never had a friendship like the friendship we had before. Even with like even with the girls like in school. I don't know if it's college or like those are like real true like growing up years. So I knew that like the friendship would be worth it. And I know she's gonna like forgive me. So yeah. But yeah, she definitely has more pride.
I have more pride.
The other question the person asked was, did you ever feel lonely without each other?
I feel like the first maybe year was rough. It was kind of like waiting around to see like, okay, is she gonna write me? Like, are we gonna reach out? Is her mom gonna make us sit down and talk about this? Like, for some reason, I had it in my mind like, no, her mom is gonna bring us together, put us in a room, and let us talk.
Because my mom is a very like maternal person to everyone,
and she's also very sensitive. Like, no, guys, it's okay. Like, let's work this out. Like, that's how I look at her. But lonely, I would say so, because for a while I didn't have any other friends. Like, Jamesia had moved away, Ticia moved away. Like, she moved back to a different city, and like me and Ashley were living together, and then I moved in with Pico. So it was just like I didn't have that friend here that I was like doing stuff with. So it was definitely lonely, to be honest.
Yeah, it was really lonely for me too. I moved to a different city that my friends back home didn't live in. I was going through a bunch of stuff at the time. I was single. I was just trying to figure out what I'm going to do for work. And then I think the most lonely time was when we were still in school, actually, and then graduation.
Graduation
was so depressed, like, not depressing, but like, so before we walked across the stage, they had us all like standing in a room. And the only person I knew in that room was her, and we did not speak. I don't know if you knew anybody else in that room, but I didn't know anybody.
We obviously like see people from around college.
But yeah, nobody
like
that
knew,
you're like,
no one in our friend group. Like it wasn't like that. But graduation was tough. I also vlogged it, and I probably masked it really well. But that day, I was so sad and kind of like in my head because I've always pictured us doing it together
because we started together.
Exactly.
I didn't know
like that
else.
was the end goal. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to walk across the stage. We're gonna like do a big trip together and like we had all these plans, and that just went to shit. Like it was bad.
Honestly. What changed drastically about yourself while you guys were apart?
I think I learned to be more patient. I also think I learned to kind of, take a step back and see how I come off to people.
I think you matured a lot.
Definitely. I think I've become more kinder, and I actually used to call me mean and rude a lot. Those were two words that she used to describe me, and I think I held on to them.
I think you didn't see
because it was coming from you.
Yeah.
Like if she called me mean, I'm just like, you're sensitive. Like, stop stressing me out.
Yeah.
But then, like, I got in a relationship, and I honestly, I keep comparing our friendship with my relationship because it takes a lot to be in a good, healthy friendship, just like it does for a relationship. You have to learn that person, and you have to, be able to communicate, and have healthy communication.
If you care about your friend, because there's a lot of fake friendships out here.
Exactly. So it was just like, I took all the bad traits that I had in the friendship and took it to my relationship, and I learned very early on, like, this is not going to work. So I really had to work on myself, and I was just like, Pico, you think I'm mean? And he was like, and I'm like, dang, Ashley used to say that. Like, okay, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start realizing, like, okay, maybe she wasn't too, crazy. But I definitely think patience and just, don't say that, Shmar. That's kind of mean.
I can definitely see that with you. You're more mature, and like with your words, you try to be a little bit more careful, I think, now.
I'm still blunt. I'm still going to be Shamar, right? And I
you'll
think
apologize
I think
a lot
it's
more
right.
now.
I will catch it. Like, I think to know me, you have to know that I am a blunt and honest person, and I don't mean it in like a hateful or mean way, but I just have to tell you how I feel. But I'm learning to kind of, like, Ashley, I know she's a little sensitive. So I'm like, okay, let me say this a little bit.
I don't think I'm that sensitive.
No, you are.
You'd
be like, oh my god.
No, that's how I used to be. Compared to you, I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
Compared to you, I'm very sensitive. But I don't know. How have I changed? How do you think I've changed?
She's less Jamaican now.
Yeah, I am. I was much more Jamaican when I was around, and I love that. But there's nobody that's Jamaican around me.
I also think you are more quiet. I think college Ashley was so wild.
A completely different person. I mean, like, if I'm drinking and that's the vibe and I'm comfortable, obviously I'll get there.
Last night, it came out.
Yeah, but it used to just be out. And now it's... I think I'm much more mature now, and I'm very, like, in tune and a lot more spiritual.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very big on energy now. Like, very, very big. Like, if I'm not feeling the vibes, I will, like, leave. Who I'm around and what I'm doing isn't genuine, I'm not doing it.
I think you've always had this trait, but I can see it more now. Like, you are very nurturing and, like, knowledgeable on things. And whoever you're around, like, you want to kind of, like, like, nurture them and like.
I like connecting with people. I feel like when I was younger, it's like, oh, we're just gonna be around people to be around people. But like, if I'm around you, I'm like, so like, okay, how do you feel about this? Like, are you good? Like, do you want to do this? Like, we like, I feel like I'm more like maternal now.
And you know, this is like our first time like really like just hanging out and like being ourselves with each other. And I think it's a good icebreaker. It's like, you know, going on a trip is a big jump.
We're
and
sharing a room,
exactly,
sharing a bathroom,
and a bed. Like, and someone asked this, like, why did we decide to go on a trip together? One, it was our birthdays. So my birthday was on the 25th. Hers was on the 27th. And you guys know I usually like to travel for my birthday. So I was going to travel, but like things weren't working out, and it was just going to be a vacation because all my friends couldn't go.
But I didn't know
not all my friends couldn't go, so when y'all watch this, don't come for me, okay? It didn't work out to where I can have all my girls in one trip. So I was just like, you know, let me just do something with Pico, and then I'll plan a trip with the girls after. And then she randomly like just reached out and was like, hey, so I've been thinking about you lately. And I'm like, what? So like before this, we weren't talking consistently, like, because
she was busy, I was busy, like I don't know, I just woke up one day and I was like, I don't know what I want to do for my birthday. It's only like 3 weeks away. And I was just thinking about you like randomly, and I was like, we should go on a trip.
Yeah. And she asked, and I was like, let's do it. And we planned the trip in like a week.
Yeah.
So that's how that happened.
So here we are.
Was it hard to go from being really close to not being really close? Yes.
Yeah.
How is the friendship compared to before?
It's definitely different. I think the comfortability is still there, honestly. Like, can I say this? We were on FaceTime the other day, and this girl just hopped in the shower butt naked, and I was like, whoa. Like, I've seen you before, but I just wasn't expecting it.
And I was like,
you didn't even think twice.
Yeah, like when she said, I was like, wait, was this too much?
And then I was like, and then we just continued the conversation. So the comfortability is still there. Like, I don't feel awkward like sharing a bed, sharing a room, but I think like we are different, so we're just still kind of like learning each other.
For me, I think it's still like okay, like basically trying to figure each other out, but at the same time it feels like we're just picking up where we left off. And it's crazy saying we haven't been friends for the past 3-4 years. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's a lot of time. And I feel like, you know, a lot has happened in both of our lives that we just need to catch up on. Like, we weren't there for those intimate moments. So that's like something that we just have to like relearn or learn, if that makes sense. So, but I think as far as like me feeling comfortable, this trip definitely made it better. Like before, it was still like kind of nerve-wracking, talking and like, you know, because I still haven't been around her in person to kind of feel her vibe. We're just like talking over the phone or texting and stuff. So this trip definitely helped. Oh, this is a good one.
Which one?
What's your perspectives on how the subscribers took it? That's a good question.
I saw some comments that were attacking me. People just assumed it was like about a guy. Like I don't know
where that narrative came from.
If you watched our videos, we would we didn't even like the same type of guys. But I don't even think we're the type to fight over a guy.
I must say this. Nothing in our like breakup was messy or grimy or aside from like petty stuff. Like we were petty. But as far as messy and stuff or like messing each other's men or stealing stuff from
I feel like we both don't
all
play
the
that
crazy I just feel like that's not us. I feel like our subscribers kind of like, ooh, what happened?
Because like, that is what you hear when people stop being friends. Like, oh, she did this, she did that.
I think from my perspective, the subscribers took it like they're gonna take it from whoever they're hearing it from, right? Like my subscriber was like, "It's fine, girl. You're doing great. You're doing your YouTube channel. You don't need that." And then like the other subscriber was like, "Oh, why would you leave Ashley for your man?" Like, da, 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 da. Like literally, see like that. I had so many messages, even DMs.
Well, if you think about it, it's like it was always us, and then now it was like
Just
Pico
me and
jumping
Pico.
in. Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah, they're just like, you're grimy. You just give up your friendship for a man. He's not gonna stick around. Like, those were the messages that I was getting. I'm like,
That's messed
what?
up.
Like, first of all, me and Ashley was going through ish way before
Yeah.
Pico. If anything, Pico was trying to like be there to
like,
kind of
mediate.
mend everything. And then there's some subscribers that are just like, I miss you guys. I miss the energy. And like, those are the ones who's like, oh, I'm sorry.
I know. I feel bad. Does Ashley have a YouTube channel? I do, but I don't post on it. But I do talk to a lot of you guys on Snapchat.
Someone asked, are there plans for any more videos? And like we touched on it, like on the channel right now, no. Like, give us some time. Let us build our friendship back. But like, yeah, I'm gonna be vlogging, and if Ashley decides to ever post on her channel again, like we could do stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think like YouTube has changed to where like challenges aren't a thing anymore. Like, if challenges was still a thing, I'd be like, yeah, let's do a challenge together. Like, nobody's gonna say.
I don't even know what YouTube is anymore. I just post my little vlog, and I
feel like YouTube is like very like messy, clickbaity. Like, that's what people like to see, and we're not like that.
But yeah, do you think we're gonna do any more trips together?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, I mean, Miami was like not far from us, but we've taken like little mini trips. We've gone to Jamaica together. We went to Miami together.
I think moving forward, what I'm most nervous about right now is like introducing her to my friends, and like her introducing
I'm nervous about that
me to her friends. Like, I just feel like it's a whole different ball game, but at the same time, it's just like I don't want to put too much pressure on it, because we put so much pressure on our friendship back then, and that's what broke the camel's back.
Oh my God.
And I just don't want.
Why did we do that?
Right, like I don't want any expectations for this. I just want us to just like.
You know what it is? We're both perfectionists, like in our own right.
So control freak. We try to control everything.
Yeah, and sometimes we are trying to control different things, but for the same like goal.
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's very, very weird. But
we could go on and on and on and on about our similarities and our differences. But yeah, I just think, you know, moving forward, we're good right now. Like, there's no beef. But back then, I could not see this happening, and here we are. So it's just like, you know, let it.
Yeah. And something that kind of bit us in the butt in the beginning is we don't need to be intertwined in every aspect of each other's lives. Like, that's not healthy for any friendship, any relationship. Like, you have your own friends, I have my own friends, and I'm going to meet them naturally and vice versa. Like, we're still our own people. I think at one point we got so, like, conjoined. Like, it was just so much pressure. But,
why did we do this video? I think it was important to kind of just give you guys an explanation. And it's like, yes, we don't need to give you an explanation, but at the same time, you know, you guys took it upon yourselves to be invested in our lives and like follow us, and like, you know, what are you really getting out of it? So like, the least we can do is,
we kind of grew up with you guys too, because a lot of you were the same age as us, are the same age as us now. Told us you went to FAU because of us. We met you. I've had really deep conversations with people, like giving them advice about things that they're going through in their life. You've seen, I think, some of my relationships on our channel. Like, so you were pretty invested, and it just, I felt kind of bad to just leave, but like you said, things happen.
I wish we had like put this on our old channel. It was just like a farewell, like, okay, this is what happened. But I think
we were not in that place.
The height of everything, we could not sit down like this and talk. It would have been petty, like he say, she say. Like, now we're able to talk, and we kind of both notice where we went wrong and what we could have done better. And it's not like a blame game. It's not my fault, it's not her fault. We both played a part, and we both was petty as hell.
We just had a lot of growing up to do.
Our friendship.
Pretty much. Back and better than ever.
You were waiting to say that?
No, I just thought about it.
Guys, so much for watching. This video is gonna be so long.
So long.
Because we talk a lot, but you know, it needed to be said if you watched it. If you made it to this part of the video, leave the little two girl emoji down in the comments below.
With the little pink heart, little 2 pink hearts.
Yes.
And thank you guys for supporting us, honestly, because I was shocked, like, that so many people were like, oh my god, JB's. Like, when we started that channel, we would have never thought. Mind you, it's not like we had 1 million subscribers, but we had 16,000 genuine
and we
subscribers.
Had that's what I was gonna say. We had real connections, and it was like a fun thing for us to do. Like, we really loved what we were doing, and you guys saw that genuineness, and you guys chose to, you know, follow us. And that's why, going back to what I was saying earlier, that's why I felt the need to kind of give you guys that explanation, and let you guys know what happened.
And you made a lot of little things happen for us. Like, we didn't have no big crazy sponsorships, but the sponsorships we did have, we were really excited about. Like, we got to where we were because of you guys, so it's cool that you cared and you liked our videos.
Imagine if we had still did YouTube tomorrow.
Who would be in Hollywood? No, but if we still had our channel, no doubt we would have had 1 million subscribers. Yeah. Because I don't think the time that we did college vlogs, there were college vlogs like that.
Right.
At least not with like 2 black YouTubers, 2 black female YouTubers.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. And I think if we had been more consistent, oh my.
Especially now with the luxury female influencer wave. Yeah. Because I don't know any best friend joint channels. I could be wrong, but to me, the only joint channels I've seen is couples.
True.
So.
That's true. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed chatting with us.
Yes. If you have any more questions, I guess just comment them.
I'll start saving them, like collecting them, and then we could run it back. Thanks, guys.
Bye. We should hug them. A nice big hug. Wait, I'm not hugging you right now.